Hey, hockey fans! Welcome back to the Oilers Fanatic. If this is your first visit to the channel, please consider liking and subscribing, and you can also follow along on Twitter and Instagram at Oilers Fanatic YT. I hope everyone enjoyed the Oilers rookie game last night. If you were able to check it out, it was awesome to see hockey of any kind again. Thank you to everyone who joined in on the live streams last night. I apologize again for the technical difficulty on the first stream. Things should be better going forward. Bob Stauffer had an update for us on Xavier Bourgault, who took a hard hit into the boards close to the end of last night's game. Bourgault is on the ice today, so he appears to be okay, but Dmitry Samorukov, who left last night's game injured, has suffered a broken jaw and will be out for the next 6 weeks. The good news is that he won't require surgery, but really hard news to hear for sure. I'm sure we all wish him a speedy recovery. Really sucks. Today I wanted to get through a bunch of your by request topics, so let's get started. First up, Blamo asked me to provide a 2021-2022 playoff bracket prediction. In the Western Conference, I have my top 8 being Colorado, Vegas, Edmonton, Dallas, Vancouver, Minnesota, Seattle, and Chicago. In the Eastern Conference, I have my top 8 being Tampa Bay, Washington, the New York Islanders, Boston Bruins, Florida, Pittsburgh, Toronto, and Philadelphia. For the West, I have my matchups going Colorado versus Chicago, Vegas versus Seattle, Edmonton versus Minnesota, Dallas versus Vancouver. In round 2, I have Colorado taking on Vegas and the Oilers taking on Dallas. And in round 3, I have Colorado taking on Edmonton, with Colorado winning, unfortunately, and moving on to the finals. In the East, I have my matchups going Tampa Bay versus Philadelphia, Washington versus Toronto, the New York Islanders versus Pittsburgh, Boston versus Florida, and in round 2, I have Tampa Bay taking on Washington, the New York Islanders taking on Florida, and in round 3, I have Tampa Bay taking on the New York Islanders, but I have the Islanders finally taking down Tampa, and they would take on Colorado in the finals, but I have the Colorado Avalanche ultimately winning the Stanley Cup. So, that's my prediction. Let's see how it actually goes down, and we can compare my predictions to what really happens at season's end. Thanks again to Blamo for the topic. Next up, I'm going to give you guys a look at my Oilers jersey collection, which will lead into our next topic, which was suggested by Jay, saying we should do a jersey debate of which one is best. First up, here's my collection. Hey guys, so this is the first jersey in my collection. This is the very first one I ever owned. So here's the front, a white, and here will be a look at the back. Good old Billy Ranford, one of my favorite Oilers for a while. So that's my very first Oilers jersey. Next up, we have the classic third jersey that was designed by Todd McFarlane. Here's the front, obviously, with the A on the back. And can you guys guess who had the A? And that would, of course, be Smitty, Ryan Smith, number 94. Next up is just a classic blue Reebok practice jersey. No name on the back, so just show you guys the front on this one. And next up is the Reebok navy blue. This one came out, if I remember correctly, around the time we got Taylor Hall. So yeah, no name on this one, so to show you guys the front, but I have another one of these coming up that does have a name on it. Just show you guys the back of this one because you just saw the front, and this was my favorite player when he was with the Oilers, Sam Gagner. Still like him today, obviously, and wish him the best in Detroit, and hopefully he comes back to Edmonton in some capacity in the future. Next up is my white Reebok, and it's number 19. Can you guess who the number 19 was? It was Norris Trophy winner Justin Schultz. Oh, wait a minute. No, he never did win that. But hey, he's still a decent defenseman, just not with the Oilers. Another white Reebok, number 30. Can you guess who the number 30 was? Yep, good old Ben Scrivens. Yeah. Next up is a blue Reebok, number 27. Can you guess who number 27 was? If you guessed Dustin Penner, I also did have a Dustin Penner jersey at one point, but I also have a Milan Lucic. Another blue Reebok, but this one is a classic. Good old Smitty. Next up is the Reebok Orange, number 97. I think we all know who that one is. No, it wasn't Nikita Gusev. Connor McDavid, of course. And next up is the Adidas Orange for, once again, you guessed it, Connor McDavid. And we have the navy blue Adidas. Once again, Connor McDavid. And then I have the white Adidas. No one on the back of this one, so I'll just show you guys the front. And lastly, the white reverse retro. And once again, it's blank on the back, so I'll just show you guys the front. So yeah, that's my jersey collection. I did have one more I didn't show you guys. I have it tucked away for safekeeping. My dad had a white Reebok Nail Yakupov jersey, which I inherited when he passed away. I also did have a Taylor Hall and Jordan Eberle jerseys at one point, and I remember having a white and blue Oilers jersey that was stitched together in the middle. It was half white and half blue. I'm pretty sure that ended up with one of my friends, though, and was never seen again. But, as you just saw, I have plenty of jerseys to go around. As far as my favorite goes, I really like the white jerseys. I'm fond of the classic Todd McFarlane third jersey, and I really like the ones from the Oilers Cup run in 06. I guess I didn't really narrow it down, but for me, it's hard to pick just one. Let me know your favorite jersey in the comment section below. Thanks again to Jay for sending in that topic. Next up, KMK sent in the topic asking me to list all the Oilers coaches since the year 2000 and their records. It's going to be quite the list. From 2000 to 2009, it was Craig McTavish. He had a record of 301 wins, 252 losses, 47 ties, and 56 overtime losses. From 2009 to 2010, the late great Pat Quinn. He had a record of 27 wins, 47 losses, and 8 overtime losses. From 2010 to 2012 was Tom Rennie. He had a record of 57 wins, 85 losses, and 22 overtime losses. From 2012 to 2013, Ralph Kruger, who to this day has never used Skype again. He probably got fired in Buffalo via Zoom anyway. He had a record of 19 wins, 22 losses, and 7 overtime losses. From 2013 into the 2014-2015 season, Dallas Eakins, he had a record of 36 wins, 63 losses, and 14 overtime losses. Taking over from Dallas after he was fired mid-season and completing the year was Todd Nelson. He had a record of 17 wins, 25 losses, and 9 overtime losses. Guys, I'm starting to think coaching wasn't the problem. From 2015 into the 2018-2019 season, Todd McLellan, he had a record of 123 wins, 119 losses, and 24 overtime losses. Taking over from Todd and completing the 2018-2019 season was Ken Hitchcock. He had a record of 26 wins, 28 losses, and 8 overtime losses. And from 2019 to the present, Dave Tippett. He currently has a record of 72 wins, 44 losses, and 11 overtime losses. How long does Tippett last? I think one more season, but time will tell. Thanks again to KMK for sending in that topic. That's all for today, guys. I'll see you tomorrow for the next Oilers Flames Rookies game. I'll be doing more live streams. Please follow along on Twitter at Oilers Fanatic YT for updates on that. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and please leave any comments you have in the comments section below. You've been watching the Oilers Fanatic. Thanks for being a fan.